Hi, it's Dana, and I realize I'm not going to elicit much sympathy from any of you because I'm stuck in LA, as I'm sure Pam and Mary Sue have told you. But I really am sad to not be there working with you face to face. So we're going to try to make this work as best as we can. If you watched my introduction video, you know that I'm a front of camera person, not a behind the camera person. So we'll see how this goes. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to think about breathing. It's the most basic thing we do. It's the first thing we do as we enter the world, and it is the last thing we do as we leave it. It is the most primary facet of what it means to be alive is to breathe. And so we often don't give it any thought at all. It just happens. We're only really aware of it if we have had to run up the stairs for something and are almost always quickly reminded of what not great cardio shape most of us are in, including me. So I want us to spend just a few minutes breathing because yes, we do it hundreds of times an hour, probably. I don't know how many we do, but a lot. But we don't give it much thought. And therein lies the problem. So the first thing I want you to do, and I'm going to put the phone down here. I'm in my son's bedroom. It was the best space for me to do this. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to think about your 5-year-old self. So go back to kindergarten age and think about somebody in your life saying, all right, everybody, boys and girls, we're going to take a great big breath. So, men and women, we're going to take a great big breath, but we're going to do it thinking about our 5- and 6-year-old selves. So, we're going to do it together, and I bet that what I'm about to do is exactly what you're going to do. So, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, and exhale. One more time. Okay. Now, think of a baby in your life. Your own, somebody else's. Imagine that baby asleep on their back. Think about how that baby breathes. If you have children of your own, I already know that you have spent considerable time in your life watching that little perfect human being breathe. So, let me ask you this. Does a newborn breathe like this? The answer is no. No, they do not. A newborn breathes in a completely different way. They breathe in actually the completely correct way. And somewhere between newborn and about 3 years old, somebody convinces us that taking a great big breath means our shoulders go from here to here. And that's how you show that you've taken this huge breath. And what I'm here to tell you is that that is the shallowest breath that you can take. So I want to tell you a funny story. The summer between my junior and senior year of college, I spent studying Shakespeare in the Catskill Mountains in New York. And there were 50 of us in this super remote place. We had one payphone for all 50 of us. I could go on and on. I'm not going to. Every morning for 10 weeks, we were divided into 2 groups of 25. 25 of us would start with 45 minutes of breathing, which seemed impossible at the time. And so we would lie on the ground, which you and I are going to do in just a minute. Pam, you could get the blankets and mats ready. And we would just breathe. And it would take about 90 seconds to 2 minutes before somebody in the group, usually one boy named Christian, would start to cry. And then pretty soon somebody else, and then somebody else, and pretty soon all 25 of us were lying on the floor, breathing deeply and weeping. Now, you can dismiss us as melodramatic, overdramatic actors, which I wouldn't argue too hard against. Or you can acknowledge that actually breathing is an incredibly emotional thing. It conjures up fear and sadness and passion and all of the deep and powerful emotions that affect us. And the reason that it doesn't affect us in a everyday moment is because we don't focus on it. So if Pam has given you your little mats, we're going to lie down on our backs and we're going to do some breathing, because this is what we're going to focus on. Well, let's lie down together first and see how this goes. Wow, that was very close of me. I'm sorry. Okay, maybe I should go, well, we'll see how this works out. Okay, so you're on your back. You want, just get as comfortable as you can get. Okay, now you're gonna put your hands, I'm sorry, I'm wearing a lot of layers because even though it's Los Angeles, it's cold. So you're gonna put your hands right here. Put your thumb kind of by your tummy button. And if you can, put both hands there, just kind of rest them on themselves. And you're gonna focus on breathing from here, not from here. So hands back here. You keep breathing. You can breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let your breathing slow down. Just keep breathing while I'm talking to you. Women, here's the challenge to this. What do we want more than anything in life? To make our tummies flat. This does the exact opposite of that. So you have to get past how that makes you feel. You want your stomach to rise and fall. Rise and fall, just like a baby. And you want to do that so that you are filling, your diaphragm's pushing down and your lungs are filling here, back here, and finally here. Keep lying down. When you breathe like this, you're only filling about here. I don't know where your lungs are in your body, but generally, you're filling about the top third. The more extended you can push your diaphragm down, which pushes your stomach out, the deeper you are breathing. The deeper you breathe, the more control you have. So one of the things that Pam and Mary Sue and I know is true of many of you and of human beings in general is that public speaking creates a lot of anxiety. Anxiety causes breath to tighten up, causes your whole body to get tense. So then you're doing this. And you're breathing like a woman with a heaving bosom in a romance novel. Great for romance novels, not so great for public speaking. So just think deep. It will help you with anxiety. It will help you with the placement of your voice. It will help you if you lose your place in your talk. All you have to do at any given point, if you start to feel overwhelmed, is stop and make a conscious breath. Stop. And continue on. It will help you align with your audience. How often, if you work out at all, does your trainer or does the person leading your class say, don't forget to breathe? It's because we all stop breathing when we're in a tense moment. So if you're breathing, you're allowing your audience to breathe, which keeps them more engaged, which keeps them more interested in what you have to say because you're on a shared journey together. Breathing in and breathing out is a communal thing. So I really want you, my challenge to you between now and when you give your next presentation is to do 5 minutes of breathing, conscious, no sound, no music, no anything, just 5 minutes of deep breathing. You can lie down, you can do it standing. The same principle works. So I'm sitting right now, but look. Now, is every breath I take that deep and intentional? Absolutely not. But the more you practice it, the more your everyday run-of-the-mill breaths will have depth, will have stability, will calm you, and will serve to center you. So 5 minutes a day. We can talk about it again when we do our one-on-one coaching for those of you who are signing up with me. And I'm happy to just sort of keep sending out some little video reminders. There's all kinds of apps as well and other things you can do. But just breathe deeply, breathe low, and breathe into your body. You will be amazed what you can solve simply by breathing. Okay, good job.